Hey everybody, Rick Brannick here. It's good to see you again this week. I hope you're having a fantastic week. The weather is great outside. Let's get to it. These are your video notes for this coming weekend, March 31st and April 1st. Well, as you know, last weekend was a Blue Team weekend, and I just want to thank you guys so much for taking care of getting your polo shirts picked up. You had your sizes submitted, we had your bags ready to go. A big thank you to Melissa for getting that done and working hard on that. It looked great. So this coming weekend, I know some of you captains didn't get to pick up your shirts last weekend, so you'll be able to come by my office this coming weekend and pick those up and get your shirts out to your folks during your huddle time. One of the things you need to enforce, though, or remind everyone in your huddle, is to make sure that they don't forget their shirts in the worship center or somewhere around campus. We found 2 shirts in packages, and thank goodness it had the names their names still on the bag. So make sure that they take those home with them and that they don't forget them here on campus. This weekend also is communion weekend, and so I just want to make sure, ushers, that you're on top of that. We are going to have communion in all 3 services this weekend. Hey, let's jump ahead and let's talk about Easter real quick. Easter obviously is a big weekend here at River Point, and we have 6 worship services. We have 3 on Saturday night and we have 3 on Sunday. Now, the thing about Sunday that is so different, and you're going to have to hear me when I say this, is the times are not our usual times that we have during the normal schedule of normal Sundays. So in other words, there is not a 9:30 worship service. It's now going to be 9:15. There's not a 11:15 service, it's 11 o'clock. So those are going to be adjustments, and I'm going to guarantee you for those 2 services, we're going to have people showing up at the normal time, and they're going to feel like, oh my gosh, what happened? It's late. Why did we change the time like that? We adjusted those times simply because we wanted to be able to reach people at an earlier time, even though it's only 15 minutes. That still makes a big difference. But mainly so we could add that 3rd service, which is that 12:45 service. So with that being said, we wanted to give people an opportunity to be able to sleep in a little bit late, have brunch or have breakfast with their family, and then from there to be able to go and come to worship at 12:45. That ringing you hear in the background is not my cell phone this week. It is my phone in my office. So we'll just ignore that and let that go. Another quality way of bringing a video to you, right? Let's see, a couple of other things. The Easter cards. The Easter cards are available. We had a bunch of those that we handed out last week at the end of each service, and I'm so glad that you guys, greeters, had folks handing folks those cards. We don't want to just hand them 1 card. We want to hand them 3 and 4 cards. Out at Start Here, kudos to Start Here. You guys were actually tearing off the name tags, picking up a stack of cards and handing that to people as they were getting their tags. Brilliant. Love that. So thank you for making sure that you did that. So if we have those cards again this weekend, which we should have a few of those still left around, we still need folks to cover the doors and make sure that those are being handed out after each worship service. The Dynamo game. The Dynamo game is coming up. A little poster here for you to kind of look at. We're going to actually go to the Dynamo game. This is a team building time. To me, it doesn't matter if you like the sport or not. It doesn't matter if you really care about it or not. It's the idea that you're going out on as an outing with those on the front porch that you serve with. So make plans to be a part of this with us. $22 a ticket. If somebody on your team can't afford the ticket, don't worry about it. Let me know about it. We'll get them a ticket. We'll cover it that way. But captains, I want you guys to go. I want to hang out with you guys. I want to have fun. And being at a Dynamo game, it's nonstop. It's exciting. The clock runs no matter what. And the crowd is into it. It's kind of like watching a basketball game with the enthusiasm from the crowd, because the crowd really gets into it. So let's plan on going out to that and having a good time. Buy your tickets online. To get your tickets reserved, and we only have 50, so once those 50 are gone, they're gone. Make sure attendance sheets. Make sure each weekend, captains, that you're letting us know the number, the head count. You can do that by going to guest services and writing that number on the clipboard. There's also a clipboard at guest services for Easter volunteers. We have a lot of open slots. Jumping back to Easter, we have a lot of open slots for our Easter services. All the empty spots that you see here on this sheet and on this sheet are still people that we need to have sign up. Now, Start Here is probably the lightest right now. When I look at that for Saturday, especially for that 3 o'clock, 4:30, and 6 service, We've only got a couple people signed up, so we need more people on that Saturday for Start Here. And also, I need to get some volunteers to help out with free coffee stations for Saturday night for the 3, 6, 4:30, and 6 o'clock service. So if we can get that covered, things are looking pretty good. Medical team looks pretty good. Guest services is looking great. Ushers looking pretty good, and our greeters aren't doing too bad. 6 o'clock on Saturday, we could still use some more greeters. So, anyways, that's filling in. Shuttles, the same thing. Sunday morning, don't have anybody sign up for shuttles yet. So it's coming together. We need to get you to jump on that and be a part of the roster for Easter. So remind your folks to let them know that we need them to jump in. It's not just a blue weekend. That is a blue weekend, but it's red and blue. It's all hands on deck, and everyone that we can get to be a part of that, that would be extremely helpful for that weekend. Right now, I think that's about it for this weekend. I think we've covered it all. So hope you guys are doing great. Hope you're doing well. And we'll see you this weekend on campus.